We live in a rather odd time, more connected, but also more lonely and insecure than ever before, thanks to social media. In 2025, there's even people whose whole career is influencing others, generally to buy something. And the most recent object that influencers have successfully convinced the public to buy into is Labubu dolls. You've probably come across these, either online or in real life. For the uninitiated, most Labubu dolls are around 25 to 30 centimeters long. They have a fuzzy covering and come in different colors: pastel pink, blue, and brown. These dolls have jagged teeth and an odd smile, which makes them scary and uncanny. The internet describes them as, quote, ugly cute. Labubu dolls got big in the US in early 2024 with paparazzi snapping Rihanna, Kim Kardashian, and Dua Lipa sporting these dolls. Now Labubu dolls are all the rage in India too. My name is Kudrat Wadhwa and you're listening to The Signal Daily. We don't do hot takes. Instead, we bring you deep dives into the how and why of consumer trends. In today's episode, we look at the growing trend of Indians buying Labubu dolls. Why are they so popular among consumers? And where can I find one in India? A man called Kasing Lung, who's half Belgian and half Cantonese, created Labubu dolls. He grew up reading European mythology and wanted to teach Nordic mythology to his kids. So he wrote a series of books called the Monsters Trilogy. These books then became the basis for Labubu dolls. In 2018, Mr. Lung partnered with PopMart, a Chinese collectible art toy company, to make real-life Labubu figures. This partnership brought Labubu to the mass market while maintaining its designer toy roots. Though Labubus have been around for a few years, they only really picked up in 2023 and 2024, first in the US and in East Asia. Since then, they've been a resounding success all over the world. Thanks to Labubu dolls, PopMart's stock price tripled in value in 2025. Recently, Wang Ning, PopMart CEO, also entered the list of China's top 10 billionaires. There's many reasons why people like Labubu dolls. For starters, there's something cute and catchy about the name Labubu. There's also other types of dolls in the Labubu collection, and they too have fun-to-say names. There's Zimomo, which looks a lot like Labubu but has a long, pointy tail. Pippo, who looks a bit like a papillon dog, a breed that resembles a chihuahua. And Taikoko, a top hat-wearing skeleton doll. More than their fun names and the fact that these dolls are ugly cute, people love Labubu dolls because of how cleverly PopMart has marketed them. PopMart sells Labubus in blind boxes, meaning when consumers buy them, they don't know what kind of Labubu they're going to find. There's limited edition Labubus and Labubus with seasonal themes. So there's a Halloween Labubu and a forest-themed Labubu, for example. Some Labubus even have these feelings attached to it. So there's one called love, there's one called happiness, there's one called faith. Also, PopMart makes few Labubus. So the demand always outstrips supply. All of this creates hype and excitement for Labubu dolls.
What happened was I was in Bangkok with my friend and co-founder, Nupur. We were walking in this road called Siam, and we saw a really, really massive line outside the shop called PopMart.
That was Akash. He runs a company called Local Ferment Co., which sells kombucha among other healthy beverages.
We had quite a few things to do that evening, but we were like, okay, why not? We'll just enter the shop and see what all the fuss is about. We went in and it was literally a frenzy. People were picking up boxes and boxes of these Labubu toys. So we later came to know that when we went a little bit closer to the rack is something called Labubu. And people were buying boxes and boxes of it.
Akash and his co-founder Nupur bought their Labubus way before the toy began trending in India. They didn't pay that much for it either, just 1,200 rupees each. And now Labubus have become popular in India too. Labubus cost about 1200 rupees if you buy them directly from a PopMart store. There's no store in India as of now. So most Indian consumers would have to pay at least 3 to 4,000 rupees because they'll get their Labubu through a reseller. More on that later in the episode. Several Indian celebrities have bought Labubus. Ananya Pandey wears it as a keychain on her Chanel bag. Ori, the guy famous for taking pictures with celebs with his hand on their belly, apparently has many of these too. Even Sania Mirza and Neetu Kapoor have bought Labubu dolls.
I mean, 2 days back, I sold it to Ranbir Kapoor's house, a few of them. It went to Neetu Kapoor ma'am. I'm not sure who's using it. I didn't see her using it. So I guess Sania Mirza bought like 8 or 9 of those, but she distributed to her friends and colleagues. She personally, I guess, is using 4 or 5. And I'll tell you the same. So it's a story basically. I delivered it to her. She was having a shoot in Mumbai. I delivered 3. And for the next 5 days, I was just delivering in that office because everyone saw it, that what it is. And everyone wanted it and they knew that it's coming from me. So in that single office, I've sold at least 40 Labubus in a span of a week.
Nikhil Jain, who we just heard from, runs a store called City Kicks India, where he sells collectibles like sneakers. He said he started selling Labubu dolls in late 2024.
I sold my first Labubu in December of 2024. And I just bought them in India because I thought a lot of celebrities in the States and Europe were using them. So I was like, it'll be fun. There was no demand, no buyers.
At first, Nikhil said that Labubus were an ultra-rich people thing. They would use it as a bag charm for their expensive LV and Gucci bags.
That's how the trend got up, I guess. But 2 months has been insane. I mean, I'm selling more Labubus than anything else right now. I guess post April or May, it's like a household thing. Your kids want it, your sister want it. Like everyone wants it, rich, poor, I don't know. They might not even have a Coach bag or something, like not even a 10,000 rupee bag, but they want a Labubu for 3,000-4,000.
When they buy them, people like to post videos of themselves unboxing their Labubus. Here's audio of an Instagram video that the TV actress Shweta Salve posted of she and her daughter unboxing Labubus.
Here's a Labubu surprise. He's so fluffy. Green grape.
Green grape. I do like this color actually. I keep this, you keep this one.
No, I'm saying which one's the best.
Oh, excuse me.
Yes, it has a scarf.
What?
A legitimate scarf.
Legitimate.
Keep away from children.
Yes. This one's cute.
Labubu.
It's crazy. It's a bit insane. I just feel that it's really age appropriate for her to have, but it's pretty cute for me to sometimes maybe borrow it from her. Why are you guys so popular? Because you guys are really cute. He's cute.
He is adorable.
Nikhil said that people buy Labubus because it gives them happiness. The mystery of unboxing your purchase to find out what's inside is exciting. There's also, of course, the influencer effect. If popular people you follow are buying something, you want the same thing too. The Signal Daily spoke to Dr. Harshmeet Kaur, a New Delhi-based psychologist, to understand the Labubu phenomena more.
Or online communities, they start flexing their dolls. Then you also want it. Not having will make you feel that, you are either emotionally or aesthetically excluded from that space.
Peer pressure, the desire of wanting to be in on a trend, all these are reasons why someone would want to buy a Labubu doll. But that's not all. Dr. Harshmeet says that buying a Labubu doll could also signal wanting emotional comfort.
From a psychologist's lens, I would see this doll more than a cute collectible. It could be a reflection of one's emotional needs also. For Gen Z and young urban adults, they are craving for safety and softness, which has also increased after pandemic. So many of us, we are still feeling emotionally raw. And something like Labubu doll can really feel non-judgmental for us. It doesn't talk back. It doesn't disappoint us. And for some, it becomes a kind of an emotional companion, which is a safe outlet to express care when, relationships get overwhelming.
Modern life is challenging and hectic. You turn 21 and graduate from college, and all of a sudden, society expects you to take on a million responsibilities. But of course, there's an inner child in all of us that needs play and fun. Labubus help us connect with that person. Even the data supports that theory. There's a new consumer that's driving the growth of the toy industry. They're called kidults, meaning adults over 18 who purchase kid products and entertainment services. According to a report by Empower, a financial services company, overall toy sales declined in 2023. But the segment that grew was this 18-plus kidult segment. In 2023, that particular group accounted for 17.3% of global toy sales, roughly $6.7 billion. And that's an 8% increase from the previous year. Kidulting is here to stay. But how long will Labubu dolls remain in vogue? And how long do you think this Labubu trend is going to last?
For me, 2 months. Again, I was wrong. I thought it's going to end today. It is at its peak. So we never know. But basically, I'm just projecting for the next 1-2 months. So that's enough for me to get more of them.
Nikhil says at least 2 months or maybe more. At this point, if you're also feeling enticed to buy a Labubu, the way a part of me is, you probably want to know how you can obtain one. In India right now, we don't have any PopMart stores. So the only way for you to buy a Labubu then is through resellers like Nikhil. That's also because of how scarce Labubus are, which by the way is an intentional marketing tactic. The less there is of something, the more consumers want it. Because of that, even resellers have to buy them in retail through physical stores like a PopMart in Thailand. And that's why you'd have to shell out at least 3,000 to 4,000 rupees to buy a Labubu in India. But the same thing would cost 1,200 rupees in Thailand or China. As anything becomes famous, there's always others trying to imitate it. If you're trying to buy a Labubu, you should also know that there's plenty of fakes in the market right now.
50% of the Labubus you Google right now are fakes.
In India.
And it's super easy to check it.
How do you check if it's a fake or a real?
So there's a silver barcode. You just scan it. Make sure a legit PopMart website open up. I mean, today morning I had like 20 fakes in my house. I just sent it back to the seller because I checked and it was not legit and I just gave it back. So you just scan it. An official PopMart website opens up. And then you just scratch the bottom of the barcode and enter the 4-digit on the website. They'll tell you if it's authentic or not.
Social media trends come and go. Remember when everyone was into Dubai chocolates or Stanley cups? The fact that so many people buy into these trends shows our desire to be a part of something bigger, to feel like we belong, to not feel FOMO, or to aspire towards something that our favorite celebrity might be doing. But as Dr. Harshmi pointed out, in this particular case, the fact that the trend is a somewhat cute, plushy toy could also mean something else. That buyers are looking for an object to feel emotionally connected to. We're all stressed out and overworked and overwhelmed. As you get older, there's fewer and fewer avenues of levity and joy. So, before you judge the next Labubu owner, remember that a Labubu is more than just a toy. It's also a mirror of modern-day longing and our desire for fun. And if you do decide to venture out and buy one yourself, make sure that your Labubu isn't a fake. That's all for today. You just heard the Signal Daily. We don't do hot takes. Instead, we'll bring you deep dives into the how and why of consumer trends. The Core produces the Signal Daily. Follow us wherever you get your favorite podcasts. To check out the rest of our work, go to www.thecore.in. If you have feedback, we'd love to hear from you. Write to us at feedback@thecore.in. Thank you for listening.